Namaste. So this is a video kind of going over one of my Takoda sit-downs. In that Takoda sit-down, I kind of went over frequencies. I believe that was 0002. Um, I kind of jumped into it a little bit, but I didn't. Mainly what I was talking about is where does the physical body fall? And from what I was talking about is the physical body falls right about there into what is a visible light spectrum. Uh, with quantum physics, we come to understand that there are other dimensions. With other dimensions that are other frequencies of light, still being light on their own, we understand that there's more, and that maybe because we can't see it with our physical eyes, that there's more to an observable universe than is actually observable. Which is where I can argue the point of chakras. Chakras are definitely not observable. You cannot look at me. You can't see my brow chakra. You can't see my crown. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who have, with the time and effort in training their mental capabilities, have been able to see them. No doubt about it. However, the average person is not going to be able to look at me and go, yeah, I can see your chakras. Cool thing, though, side noting for 2 seconds. If you're interested in learning about chakras and everything, definitely go check out my friend Guru Dan. I'll put his link in the description. A lot of what he says, I listen to. It's awesome, guys. Check him out, definitely. He's actually the one who got me thinking about this in this kind of way. He actually brought this specific photo up for me to show me. So definitely go check him out. Very intelligent guy. But back on track. So if the physical body falls into where the color is, where does the soul, the consciousness, the spirit, the essence, where does that fall? Well, one could argue that it's not real, but we kind of, through quantum physics, have disproven that with plenty of experiments. And there's one that was done either in the 80s or 90s, where a group of monkeys in the Pacific Islands on one island were taught at the younger ages, not the elders of it, how to, because the experiment wasn't about testing mass consciousness, it was about seeing if monkeys would teach each other like they should. So they taught younger apes on the island how to wash their potatoes off and run them through the river to clean them off before eating them, so they weren't getting sand in their mouth because, probably more enjoyable. Well, that happened, and it took about a generation or two for it to kick on as a full, widely accepted way of thinking. The adults would not do it. They were stuck in their old ways. Well, something incredible happened that they weren't expecting. Well, they only had taken one of these islands. And there was the same species of monkeys, across these islands, because at one point in time there was probably land bridges. But now there's not, so they're separated. They have zero way of communicating with each other by conventional means. They were not swimming. They were not a species of monkey that could swim, so they weren't going between the islands that way. The only way in which scientists could understand what was going on was to start to accept the idea that there was something else that was connecting all those monkeys together, teaching them this technique. Because they only taught one island, and they were only expecting to get the results to see how long it would take a generation exponentially out to learn the technique. Well, they learned that not only will the next generation carry on and, it'll start becoming common practice, well, so will the other tribes in that species. Which that kind of understanding falls out here. Again, modern science only wants to accept that this is all there is. I'm sorry, that is such a fraction of what there is. So, a few talking points I want to get to. Let me pull this up, because I do want to make some points. if the physical body is trapped here, in this spot right here, then it could be safe to say that if that's trapped there, and maybe, here's the what if, my famous what ifs that I like to bring out. Maybe the consciousness seemingly can travel throughout all of this. All of it. Because that, to me, would be the only way to explain the influx of knowledge on the other islands that maybe, just maybe, there's a aspect to science that we're rejecting. And maybe we're not consciously rejecting it. Maybe we're being steered away from it, maybe? Who knows? Well, I'm going to leave that there. You guys can check this out and leave in the comments what you think. Don't forget to check out my friend Dan. He's got some great videos. Until next time, I'm not sure what I'll be talking about, but I'm sure I'll pick something out of the last few videos I've made. That's kind of how things are going to go for a bit. I'm going to kind of do my Takoda sit-downs, pull things from that to go deeper into, such as I have here. So, namaste, guys. Bye.